All right, last but not least, bin 3. No condensation really to speak of on top. It looks like there's one worm there in the corner, so we'll keep an eye on him. Make sure he doesn't go too far. All right. Taking away our plastic. You can see we got some castings, a lot of condensation, and a little bit of the bedding on top there. Put this off to the side. And we have one worm out of sight here that's on the side of the bin. And another one that looks like he's wanting to try to crawl up here. Back here you go. Okay, dropped in. Okay, look at the size of these worms, you guys. Come here, you. These African night crawlers are huge. All right, so you can see there's some coffee up here on top. The banana was also right in the middle as the other two bins were. Bin 3 actually was given the most black leaf mold out of the other two bins. So I am kind of curious to see how things look here. Let me see if I can get this a little bit better view for you guys. Camera forward a little bit more. Yeah, start in the back here. See what we've got. I'm thankful that I don't see a whole lot of fruit flies and mites as of yet, but as I had previously described, the bins have cycles that they have to go through, and so this is still a very new bin that has a lot of cycling it has to go through as far as heating goes. Just like as with the other two, it's just going to take time. Don't see any worms over here in this area yet, so work my way forward a little bit here. Here we go. All right, they're over in the corners, it looks like. And we have, I thought we had. What I have right now is a handful of bedding. They're over here in the corners. They're just out of sight. You can't see them at this point, but let me pull one up here. They're just here in the corners, as you can see this one guy here on my finger. I think that this is probably where the majority of the condensation from the plastic cover has settled. There's a little bit of moisture on the sides, but very, very little. So let's work towards the center where the feeding was and see what we find. There's a lot of worms here on the edges, on the front edges, and I imagine if I was to look more closely, I might see, yeah, like right there on the back edges here. Probably of course the most darkest spot in the video right now, hardest for you to see, but they're mostly on the edges of the bin. Okay, and that tells me that they're trying to stick where all the moisture's at. But let's see if we didn't get some worms here towards the spot where the banana was at. There's our banana. And not a lot going on there yet. So, could be two. I mean, it definitely feels like there's moisture in the bin, but it could be maybe just a little bit too dry for them as well. These guys are definitely on the corners. Similar to the other two bins, but a little bit more congregated on the corners here than I would have expected. So I'm going to try to respect their space. They're still getting settled in. As I previously said, these worms, the guy that I bought these from here in my local province, the food and the bedding was cow manure, cow and pig manure. So that acted both as their bedding and as their food source. And so that's what they're used to. This is a whole new artificial environment for them. So we're just gonna have to see if we can't maybe encourage them to start feeding a little bit. Now, unfortunately, worm chow is still stabilizing towards a a neutral pH, and so it might not, it's just not ready yet for them to receive her food. So what I'm going to do, as I did with the others, is I'm going to give them a small feeding. I know we still have the banana here, but maybe the addition of some other food will help encourage them to come more towards the center, and maybe a little bit more moisture as well. Let's see here. Yeah. I'm going to break this banana apart. Yeah, that's always a fun sound. Put that right there. I'm going to keep the food in this center section just for the time being, until I see that they're actually starting to actively feed, and then we'll move to different spots in the bin. So, as with the others, 1 hard-boiled egg, 2 hard-boiled eggs. Small amount of rice. Some additional banana peels. I gotta tell you, chopsticks work nice for being able to put things exactly where you want them. I have so many of these, they're just in great abundance. I keep them for things just like this. Alright, that should be enough. Maybe one more. Now, as with the other two, they are not receiving any grit in these feedings. And again, it's because we're going to be getting a ton of grit with the actual food source that they're going to be processing through. So this is just, it's a pretty good sized feeding in addition to the banana that's already in there. I am curious to see just how rotten these eggs get, but I'm going to crack them open a little bit. And well, we'll see how they do. Now just make sure to cover everything up to avoid the inevitable, which is going to happen no matter what. I don't care if you keep your bins inside, outside, in a water tub, or on the moon. You will get fruit flies, bacteria flies, mites, springtails. It's a normal part of the ecosystem. As I was previously saying, it's part of a healthy worm bin. This is what a healthy worm bin will look like. These guys one last spray of some water. And that's good enough. See you in a week. Oh, wait. We forgot about this guy on the lid. Over there. There you go. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed these videos. If you haven't already, please do like and share the video. Subscribe to my channel, and if you can hit the bell notification icon so that you can be alerted to when I upload new content, I sure would appreciate it. Until next time, wherever you are in the world today or tonight, take care. Bye for now.